Hello and welcome. I'm Tauni at Yoga for 13, and today we're going to be doing a total body Vinyasa flow practice. Some of you might find some of these transitions may be a little spicy, so be sure and take the options provided and make the class your own. If you love the class, be sure and hit that like button and consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get started. Beginning our class in a kneeling position. I invite you to close your eyes. Take a moment to connect to your breath, lengthening both the inhale and the exhale. Letting go of any distractions in your world, taking this time on the mat for you. Bringing your hands in a prayer position at your heart. May this practice leave you feeling strong and confident and more prepared for anything that life brings you when you're off the mat. I invite you to set your own personal intention for your practice today. Then opening the eyes, take a big breath in and reach your arms up over the head, gazing upward. Exhaling the hands down through heart center. Beginning to match breath and movement. Inhale to lengthen, gaze up. Exhale, coming back down. One more deep breath in. Inhale. And exhale. Coming forward into a tabletop position. Begin to flow through cow and cat as we awaken all the muscles around the spine, moving the entire vertebrae. Again, in our Vinyasa practice, trying to connect breath and movement. Inhale to open the body, lift the tailbone up. Exhale, round the spine, chin towards chest. 2 more rounds of breath. Finding a neutral spine. We're just going to lift our right leg up and start to draw circles with the knee as we loosen up the hip joint. Now the other direction. Now extend that leg straight back behind you and bringing the left arm forward for bird dog pose. Coming back to tabletop, lifting that left knee up, start to draw some hip circles. Other direction, maybe a little bit bigger. And then extending that leg back, press through the heel, extend your right arm and lengthen through the fingertips. Keeping the belly up and lifted. Coming into tabletop, take the knees wide and sit those hips back for extended child's pose. Reaching the arms forward, stretching through the back and the arms. Coming up and forward and lowering down onto our bellies. We're going to come into Sphinx Pose. Drawing the shoulders over the elbows. Heart is open forward. Try to soften your shoulders down away from your ears. Lowering to the mat. Taking your hands by the chest as you inhale, lift up into a baby cobra pose. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, lifting, feel the strength in your back. And exhale, coming down. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Keeping the knees down, lift your belly away from the floor and press your arms straight. Tuck the toes. Let's lift our hips into our first down dog. As we walk out the feet, alternate bending the knees. And then settle into stillness, into down dog. Hips are lifting. Heels releasing towards the mat. Begin to look forward and step the feet to the top of the mat. Taking your hands to your shins for your first half lift, Ardha Uttasana, gazing forward. Exhale, fold forward into your fold. You can soften those knees here as much as you need to as we warm and lengthen up the hamstrings. We're going to roll it up one vertebrae at a time, pulling the belly muscles in, rolling the shoulders up and down your back, palms forward. Inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, swan dive down into forward fold. Half lift, lengthen the spine, gaze forward, and fold. Stepping back to a plank pose, shoulders over wrist, dropping the knees to the mat, slowly lower all the way down. Peeling that chest up for cobra. Exhale, tucking the toes, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. Stepping your right foot forward, then the left. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up with a strong flat back. Bringing the hands to the heart center. Siri Namaskar A, inhale, sweep up. Swan dive, fold forward. Half lift, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Stepping back to plank pose. Knees up or down, shift forward halfway down for chaturanga. Flipping the feet over, pressing your arms into up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, look forward and step the left foot, then the right. Lengthen the spine, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, high mountain pose. Hands to heart center. One more time through, inhale, reach up. Swan dive, fold forward. Half lift, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Stepping back to plank pose. Shifting forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Begin to look forward and step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Drop that back knee to the mat so both hands are on the inside of that foot. Gently drop that right knee down and out to the side. Lifting that knee back up. Press through that back heel. Step the foot forward. Coming into Malasana, your prayer squat. So really starting to warm up into these hips. Back is straight, eyes forward. Begin to straighten and press all the way up to stand. As you exhale, sink back down into your prayer squat. Taking the hands to the mat, step the feet back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Stepping the left foot to the outside of that left hand, drop the back knee to the mat. Slowly lower that knee down out to the side. Lifting it back up, tuck that back foot and lift the knee. Continue to gaze forward as you step that right foot forward, coming into your prayer squat, dropping the hips, back straight, belly in. You're doing a great job. Begin to straighten and lift. Exhale back down to the mat. Into your prayer squat. Taking the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Once again, look forward and step to the top of your mat. This time, bend both knees. Reach your arms up for chair pose. Arms reaching up over your head, sinking into the heels. See if you can wiggle your toes on the mat. Bringing the hands to the heart, Samasthetihi. Keeping those hands at the heart, bend the knees, sit back into chair pose again. Be sure your toes are going straight forward. Pick up your left foot and step it all the way back for a lunge position. So we're going to keep our hands at the heart. Tuck the back knee, slowly lower down to the mat. Coming into that kneeling lunge, sink your hips forward. Hinge forward, twisting prayer. Taking the elbow outside of that knee, turning our gaze up over the shoulder. Untwist. Sink into those hips, one more stretch here. Now tuck that back toe, see if you can lift the knee up. Open to warrior two. Take the right palm up to the sky, reverse your warrior, reach back. Begin to circle the hands all the way to the mat, step back to down dog. Begin to look forward and step to the top. Bend both knees, reach your arms up, chair pose. See if you can bring your biceps right by the ears. Back is strong and straight. Standing up, Samasthetihi. Keeping the hands at the heart, bend your knees, sit back into chair pose. Begin to step the right foot back, left toes go forward, straight forward. Tuck and slowly drop to the mat. Release into the hips. Front knee over ankle. Lean forward. Exhale, twist. Begin to untwist, bringing the chest back forward. Tuck the back toes, lift up. Open to warrior two. Reverse your warrior, reaching back, but keep bending into that forward knee. Circling the hands to the mat, step back to downward facing dog. Feet hip distance apart, lengthen all through the back side of the body. Begin to look forward, either step or float to the top of your mat. Drop your hips, sit back into chair pose. Remaining in chair, bring the hands to the heart center. Pick up your left foot and find balance. Stepping back to crescent lunge, reach your arms up. Keeping our back knee lifted this time, begin to hinge forward, hands to heart center, twisting prayer. Rising back up to crescent lunge, extend your arms up, open to warrior two. Reverse warrior, reach back. Adding on, begin to circle the hands down to the mat. Left hand down, right heel lifts, revolved lunge. Adding that arm extension as an option. Really lengthen, see if you can turn your gaze up. Keep that back leg nice and strong if you can. Begin to circle that arm, framing the front foot. Lift up into a standing split. So keeping the hips either closed or open, you pick. Feel the top of the head reaching for the mat. So here's one of those spicy transitions. I want you to just bend both knees. See if you can keep that front heel down just for a moment, holding here. So you can either choose to stay or go ahead and kick that foot through, extending the leg forward for a pistol squat. Now slowly roll back into boat pose. So however you want to get here to boat pose. Taking the feet down, hands down, lift up into that inclined tabletop, reverse tabletop. And then dropping the hips back to the mat, right back into boat pose. Start to lean forward, cross the heels, plant the hand, step or float back to plank. So work your way here to this plank. Take your time, shoulders over wrist. You are strong. Remember, the knees can always come down at any time throughout the class if you need a little bit more support. Press those hips up and back for down dog. Begin to look forward, step or float to the top. Drop your hips, sit back into chair pose. Extend those arms strong. Bringing the hands to the heart. Find balance as you begin to lift the right leg up. It's okay, muscles quivering and shaking is okay. You're doing amazing. Step back to that lunge, reach your arms up. Take your time here to find your pose, knee over ankle. Hands come to the heart, lean forward, twisting prayer. Begin to untwist and rise right back up. Bring those shoulders back over your hips. Open to warrior two. Back heel drops to the mat. Reverse warrior, reach back. Circle all the way to the mat. Right hand down, back heel lifted, revolved lunge. Add that optional arm extension. Keep pulling that left arm back, chest rolls open. Begin to circle that arm. Find balance, lift up, standing split. Hands are down on the mat. Again, you can keep the hip closed or open. So you have the hands there for support. Come into that crouch position. You are welcome to stay here. Or swing through to that pistol squat, extending the leg. So if you're in the crouch position or in your pistol squat, start to roll back into boat pose. Take a breath here. Good, one more breath. See if you can extend the legs if they are not straight. Bring it down, reverse tabletop, open up. Releasing the hips back to the mat. Once again, find boat pose. Take a breath, see if you can extend the legs. Breathe, create that V shape. Then when you're ready, roll forward, step or float back, plank. Lifting those hips up and back, downward facing dog. As you inhale, move forward into that plank. Be sure that right hand is right underneath that shoulder as you roll and stack the feet into side plank. Bottom knee can come down for support. Again, adding that extension as the option. Begin to circle that arm, rolling to the other side, stacking the feet, reach up. Optional arm extension, press those hips up. Begin to circle that arm. Shift forward, lower all the way down onto the mat. Into locust pose, reach your arms to your sides, lift everything away from the floor. Again, you are strong. Releasing to the mat, press back to child's pose. Begin to rise up. We're going to have a seat on the mat, so flip the feet around. Extend that right leg out. Left foot to the inner thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Reach your arms up. As you exhale, hinge over into your stretch. Lifting up. Let's bring that left knee up. Right arm reaches up, hooking that elbow. Sit up tall, seated twist. Begin to face the front, extend the left leg out. Right foot comes into that inner thigh. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lengthen. Lifting out of the stretch. Right knee comes up. Be sure you sit up nice and tall. Reach that opposite arm and seated twist. Release. This time extend up both legs. Be sure you find those sits bones. Reach it up. Exhale it over. Seated fold. Inhale, draw that heart forward. Exhale, relax down. Start to roll it down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Hugging the knees into the chest. Let's gently rock side to side. We're going to place both feet onto the mat. Cross right over left. Then see if you can draw your knees up, maybe reach to the ankles or even the calves, wherever you can comfortably reach, and pull down. Feel a nice stretch in your hips, especially that hip on the right side. So releasing and switching sides. So left goes over right. Try to stack those knees, reach up, and gently pull down. Releasing, taking the feet to the edges of your mat, bringing the arms up into goalpost arms, windshield wipers, dropping the knees over to the right and left. Releasing your muscles in your back, especially the low back. Just letting it all go. Now let's bring our hands to our midsection. Take the bottoms of the feet together as they drop open for reclining butterfly. I invite you to close your eyes. Then extend the legs out. Arms at your sides for Shavasana, final relaxation. Finding stillness and a quiet mind, quiet body. I'll be back with you in just a moment. So you are welcome to hit that pause button and stay here for as long as you'd like. Or if you're with me, we're going to begin our transition with small movements. Maybe a few deep awakening breaths. And bending the knees, rolling into your side, into that fetal position. Just pausing and setting your intention and your attitude for the rest of the day. Grateful for our time on the mat. Then begin to help yourself up to have a seat. Take a nice big breath in, reach those arms up, bringing the hands to the heart center. From my heart to yours, namaste. Y'all did amazing. Have a blessed day, and I hope you join me again for class soon.